Hey tubers, it's Tony, and today I'm going to show you how to remove the alternator on your 2009 Buick Lucerne. This is the V6 motor. I want you to keep in mind, guys, that I'm not going to be reinstalling the alternator in this video. I actually am going to give you the instructions and everything you need to simply remove this alternator with no problems. Then I want you to surprise yourself and reinstall the alternator so that you can say you did it. The reason why we're replacing the alternator is because it failed. So one of the first things you need to do before working on anything electrical in your vehicle is you should always disconnect the black cable from your car's battery. This will keep you from potentially shorting out other fuses or doing harmful damage to your car's computer. Once you have disconnected the negative side cable from your battery, you want to come over and disconnect the alternator's electrical connector. Just push this tab down and then you can pull the electrical connector away from the alternator. The battery lead right here is retained by a 10mm bolt. So this cable here runs to your battery. Remove that, and you want to make sure you keep track of all of your nuts and bolts, guys. The next thing you'll want to do is remove the drive belt. FYI, when you remove the drive belt, I want you to remove the drive belt from the alternator's pulley only. Try not to disturb the belt everywhere else. Leave it in place. To get the belt off, guys, follow the alternator and go straight in the back. You'll find the belt tensioner. On the belt tensioner, it has a special hole that is made to receive the head of your 3/8 ratchet. So what I do is I take a 3/8 ratchet, a larger socket to go over the arm of the ratchet, and a long driver. And then I crank that towards the front of the motor. And when I do that, you're going to notice that the belt's going to get loose. And now you can slip the belt off of the alternator pulley only. So let me do that right quick and I'll be right back. So you'll notice that I removed the drive belt only from the alternator pulley, and I sort of left the belt intact everywhere else for the most part. The next thing you want to do is remove the two 15mm alternator retaining bolts. I've already loosened them. There's one here and there's one there. Once you remove those two bolts, guys, you can simply slip your alternator out, and there's your alternator, guys. Okay, it is just that easy, guys. When it's time to put your new alternator in, guys, remember, again, everything goes back in the reverse order that you will use to take it apart. Put your new alternator back in its place. Mount the two 15mm retaining bolts. Make sure they're nice and tight. You want to reconnect the battery lead. Make sure it's nice and tight. You want to reconnect the batteries or the alternator's electrical connector. Make sure it's tight. Then you want to slip the belt back on. Remember what I showed you back here for the belt tensioner? Crank that towards the front of the vehicle, and then you can slide the belt back over the alternator pulley. Then you want to simply do a dummy check. Go around and make sure that the belt is sitting on the pulleys everywhere that it's supposed to be correctly. Not like this, but make sure it's sitting in its grooves just like this. And then that's pretty much it, guys, for the most part. Once you put the belt back on, you've made sure that the two 15mm bolts are tight. You put your battery lead on and make sure that was tight. You snapped in your alternator's electrical connector. The only thing left to do is reconnect the black cable to your car's battery, and then you should be able to start your vehicle up and you should be good to go. I know some of you are going to ask, well, why didn't you do this? I did this to save time, guys. This is too easy and I know you can do it, and it'll give you that self-satisfaction to say that, hey, you know, I did this on my own. I believe in you. I know you can do it. And if you should run into any problems, reach out to me, but I doubt if you will. And again, always remember, before starting any job, snap a photograph of how everything looks, especially the belt and how it's routed through the pulleys. In the event that you run into a problem, you'll know how to fix it simply by looking at the picture. It's just that easy, guys. So I hope the video has been helpful, guys. Thanks for watching and take care.